Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and this is the MEIOU&Taxes Belligerent Brandenburg campaign. We're working on our borders, although currently we're mostly working on claims and aggressive expansion. But it shouldn't take too long. Just letting time go by. We could increase the size of our fleet, which I think we probably should actually. It'll be useful for when we want to take... when we want to take on the... Scotch 10. We want to take on the Lubeck trade node, the Hanseatic League that's been forming. Don't want to lose inflation for admin. We have got an admin idea group we're trying to work on right now. Got pretty high inflation, but it's steady. Let's just take the autonomy. That seems fine. Okay, it's January, which means it's time to start thinking about finishing this war. Yep, only 8 of them. That seems very doable. Cash. Force religion, war reps, trade power. Perfect. Gimme. Tax and faith grows. Beautiful. Obviously, the borders are getting a bit more ugly. They're going to get worse before they get better. But we're making progress. So Brunswick's a nice addition. It's got a warehouse, marketplace, a little bit of urban pop. Let's get that core going. Marvelous. So next on the chopping block. Not sure, really. There's too much aggressive expansion around here. We could try and just, like, tank a coalition, but I think it would just slow us down. Not sure. Not sure. Just so slow expanding the HRE. I don't know. I think I'm glad this campaign's going to end a bit earlier, honestly. Because expanding the HRE with all this aggressive expansion is so slow. And if we were playing as, like, a trade republic, then I think I'd be more happy with it, because we could focus on building tall and stuff. But when all I'm trying to do is just, you know, get a bit of land so we can make the borders look nice, like it's less entertaining. We could always do some more conversion wars. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just wage some wars to start converting places while we're killing time here. It will slow down our improved relations. Desires of the flesh. What? Our Electress is having an affair. With which one? Nicholas! How dare you, Nicholas? We will take measures to try and keep it quiet, which is pretty much the choice I always make, because I don't really care if my wife's sleeping with the advisor. Makes no difference to me at the end of the day. So I don't think we need to full call their allies. They're all down there in the south. They'll come north, but we'll deal with them as and when they arrive. Okay, easy win immediately here, of course. Heavily restrict, all the usual jazz. And then the actual army can go deal with anyone that comes up from the south. In fact, they're actually not going to come up, they're just going to siege down Nuremberg. Honestly, doesn't bother me. Nuremberg is never going to get integrated into our empire at this rate, so doesn't really concern me. If they take a bit of a beating. That's what they're for, really. Influence in the cabinet. Maybe many of the faithful Kalanixene of Prussia see our military engineer as a threat. Preposterous. Preposterous. We're tolerant people. It's absurd. He wouldn't dare threaten the realm. He's following in Ludwig's footsteps. Ooh, Wolga. Some military coalitions forming up. Interesting. Well, there is a surefire way of dealing with a military coalition when it forms with only 2 members. Immediately declare war on it. Mines is going to get called in. We can handle that. No forming a coalition against you, Anhalt. I'll show you what happens to people that dare form a coalition against me. Declaring war on it will probably make it grow a bit larger, but it will mean we can knock these guys out and put them on a truce so they can't rejoin it. The reason that formed is, of course, because while the coalition isn't strong enough to take me on its own, it's adding to its calculation of strength all of my current war enemies. And with them, it considers itself strong enough to form up. I really liked the change they made to coalitions, where they only form when the coalition thinks it has a chance. Means us 7,000 men? Wow. Well, that won't be a problem. Just stay there a second. Let's get the siege one, and then I'll take the full army down to deal with them. Saxony's joined. That's a significant rival. But even if they actually declared on us right now, Saxony, do it, do it, do it. I don't think we'd have any problem. We just convert them to Kalanixian at the end of the day. That's what we'd do. And the coalition CB is actually fantastic. If they declared on us, we could use it against them. Make them give a bunch of cores back, release some people. It would be easy. We can make them release Messen. I don't think you can make someone release their capital province, so I'd only give them this one. But then we could probably vassalize Messen. Actually, yeah, Saxony, do it. Declare war on me so I can release Messen in this province, and then vassalize them. We'd have to force vassalize them because we control their cores, and that's a minus 100 reasons for a peaceful vassalization. But it's not a problem. How am I at war with you? Ah, you're at war with sorry, you're allied to Anhalt. Fair enough. I was thinking they can't have joined the coalition. We must have still had a truce with them. And indeed, that is correct. But the alliance called them in. No problem. So, Rupin, I'm going to begin spying on you again. I know it's a bit of a back and forth kind of thing. Oh, Bohemia actually joined the coalition. I didn't notice that. That's slightly more concerning. But what with Bohemia's morale being what it is, I think we would stack wipe them with absolutely no difficulty. We're obviously beginning to run the edge a bit here in terms of aggressive expansion. I know I'm rushing. If we were being really sensible, we would just slow our roll and never go over 50 aggressive expansion. You know, just take war after war very slowly. But we want to get things done, and you know, you got to take some risks in this life. I often say that in campaigns, and it's true. You gotta make some bold plays occasionally. Let's get this siege wrapped up sooner. Oh, I thought it said Austria declared war on Bohemia. No, they're declaring war on Hungary, capitalizing on Hungarian weakness caused by the Turkish Empire. Typical Habsburgs. Let's go over there. Is the fort finished? No, still building the fort. We might want to build some better roads here in Mittelmark too, just to celebrate the center of our nation. Benevolent tolerance, indeed. It's got 7,000 over there, so we should be a bit careful while chasing them down. But I don't feel like we'd have any trouble if we caught them. Where are they? Can't arrive already. We're going over here. Where are you running to, dudes? Religious favoritism. Tolerance will be removed. Oh, the Edict of Tolerance. We definitely don't want to do that. No. Placate both sides. Good. Caught them. Are crossing a river, but yeah, they have as much maneuver as we do, so that will actually happen. But nevertheless, stack wiped. Nice. That's what we like to see. Great. The Livonians coming to support our sieging guys down here. There we go. Improve the defences. Got that army tradition. Next, protect against England. Have 23 troops. Don't really want to do that. Don't want to claim this. Don't arrive at it. Let's just cycle the mission. There you go. Bunch of sieges. We have access down here yet? We do have access to mines. Let's go siege them a bit. They're an elector, so we can convert them to our faith. Secure our faith's place in the empire. Could be fun. No peace. Not yet, anyway. Well, actually, we could start considering peace. Right, looks like they cancelled military access. We'll just retreat to Mittelmark. Oh, retreat. Withdraw. More appropriate term. Not really retreating. Let's start considering pieces here. So, Wolgast. You're a member of a coalition, of course. So this one will have to go once. This would be questionable. As with this. I think we could vassalize? I mean, it's still like a very questionable thing to do. So I think we're just going to force religion. Unfortunately, we can't force religion on all of the other guys at the same time, because it's a coalition war. So I think we'll just keep it relatively small here. End some of your alliances, make you easy prey next time. Alright, Kalanixian faith grows. There we go, looking good. And And up here, I don't think we want to take any land. It's going to cause too much AE. Yeah. Yep. So we'll just force religion. Don't need to bother transferring trade. Although we should separate peace out in this one. Well, no, because we haven't sieged anyone except Bamberg. Got 5 war score against Bamberg. No, they have 5 war score against us. Sorry. Alright, we'll just do this then. Bunch of money. Bunch of war reps. Easy life. And of course, that conversion. Hopefully they'll pick the right choices in establishing their... Oh, that actually gives us enough money. We can embrace banking. Fantastic. It's only in Stettin and Mittelmark, but hell yeah. Nice. So that was a well-spent war. Gather us enough money to embrace banking. We could go again. No, our military engineer's died. I think we will replace him. I want to stay ahead of time on military tech. Let's get the discipline guy. He seems good. And he's Kalanixine too. So, Lüneburg. Easy target. Let's do them next. Keep stealing their money. Keep converting people. Might as well, really. Right, that spy needs to return. No, he's already there. Here, he needs to return to. Cool. Right, we should use our second leader, of course. The only downside to no longer drilling is, yeah, the permanent increasing strength of our leaders was really nice, but we can live without that for the extra cash we're going to get from not having to drill all the time. Lost effects of manpower low. 2 of a kind. No, treasurer will work harder to earn his place. No full call possible, of course, because we're just at war with these guys. Let's return down here, build that spy network. Excellent. Another extremely easy war. We could go coalition mad, but I think it would just be foolish, because we would lose. Even with our god army, we would still get crushed if a big enough coalition fired against us. And still right now, you know, there's a sizable coalition arrayed against us. And they won't leave it for a while. You know, these guys are they're at rivalry attitude, so I don't think they don't have to leave, even when aggressive tension goes under 50. So, that'll be interesting. Anhalt's been placed under interdict. Even though their majority population has gone back to Catholic, there is still a 40% Kalanixine, whatever it's called, community. Cup worshippers. Right, let's get the... Oh, he's gone up to a level 2-star. I thought he was 1-star a second ago. Am I going crazy? I could have sworn he was 2-star. Weird. Now we have this level 2 fort. Is that enough for more army experience? Still need 1 point. Sorry, I keep calling it army experience. Oh my lord. More military tradition is of course what I mean to say. But no, it is not. Not really. Not a substantial increase anyway. Force religion on them. Transfer cash. Beautiful. And Lüneburg. We're not going to take this because, yep, that's too big. So standard peace deal. There we go. Nice. And now you can go back to Rupen. Alright, anyone else? I think we might have declared war on everyone we have war goal on. No, there's still Saxony. Okay, let's do that. Well, they're in the coalition. We could declare war on the coalition. I don't think we should do that yet, though. That seems foolishness to me. Oh, anytime I get annoyed looking at all these crazy waters over here, just look to the east for a moment. It's beautiful. Very nice, smooth curve. I'd like to see. Even better, of course, once we yoink these two out of Poland's hands, but for now, very nice. Imperial defenses in Kulm. We could do that. I'm not going to, though. Lesser nobles, have a gift. Greater nobles, have a gift. Try and make all our estates happy with us before the end here. I keep talking about the end like it's imminent. With the new goal I've set myself of establishing these pretty borders, it's still going to take a while. I might have to limit it even more. But I really do want to get some nice Prussian borders. We will embrace reputations. No way, I'm losing stability. We do have more important matters to deal with. Unrest, really not an issue at all right now. Livonians are having some trouble with it, of course. Their religious disunity is probably hurting them. They don't have humanist ideas, do they? They have popular religion ideas, which is kind of like humanist. It's towards the humanist end of the spectrum. They also have that tolerance of the true faith. Yeah, the legacy of the Crusades is actually hurting their tolerance of heathens. Yeah. Livonia Norda, of course, this area being gained in the Crusades against Romovan people. And some Orthodox, I think some of this was held by Orthodox people over in the east. Or I think actually it was more like Orthodox and Catholic were fighting over the Romovan territory. Romovan? I don't know. That might not be the right mass noun. Something like that, though. Did we get the final core going over here? I'm sure we did, right? Yes. Sweet. What we like to see. Almost finished it, in fact. Nice. Ah, because it's Prussian, of course. So rapid coring going on over here. Not like this Polish land that's taking a while. Excellent. So, next up. Yeah, hoping that they leave the coalition so we can go to war with Saxony, I guess. We could really butcher Saxony because there's so many people cores on their land. We could absolutely disintegrate them. I think every single one of their provinces has a foreign core on it. Yeah, so we could absolutely annihilate them. Should be nice. Almost. Almost up to that claim on Mecklenburg-Schwerin. Schwerin? I don't know. Got caught in Rupert again. It's unfortunate. Spider squad minus 1,000. Yeah, so we might want to limit our goals. I definitely want to establish this nice, very nice eastern border here. But then over here, I guess we could just go... We could cut north here. Take Hamburg. And then Lübeck and this area. And then we just take Seal. No, we still want this area. It's going to be so pretty if we have all this area. So we will want to go. I think we will still keep the goal the same. You know, just because the my all recording that takes place after next weekend being the weekend of the 19th, just for your reference, will want to be on the new patch. I've still got time to do more recording before then, which could keep coming out after that weekend on this campaign. So hopefully we'll have time. It's right, I've been yawning a lot in the last couple of episodes. I don't really know why. I mean, it's midday right now, and I slept perfectly well. I'm not sure why I've been yawning. I didn't have any tea this morning. I should go do that. Fix it. None of those are things I want. Civil war in the Turkish Empire. Well, so much for their period of great growth. That'll give them some problem. There's a video I plan to make, by the way, a M&T video, and I'm going to make it whenever it becomes a thing in one of my series. But I want to show you how much damage you can do to a big empire like France, Spain, Turkish, that kind of thing. Religious favoritism, try to please both sides. Because it's absurd how much damage, not absurd like in that I actually think it's wrong, but it's amazing how much damage you can do to a nation in MEIOU&Taxes. So for example, in my Spanish game, I destroyed the Turkish Empire. I didn't take a single province from them for the first 200 years of the campaign, but I destroyed them. Just by going in and sieging them down with harsh looting policy and then keeping the land occupied for a while, you can utterly devastate empires. Basically, I devastated them so much through looting that Hellas, which is all the Greek cores, broke free with like this whole area broke free in one massive revolt. And you can do that repeatedly if you just devastate a region enough. You can seriously screw with them. What I was essentially doing was every single time the Turkish Empire took any land in the Levant, I would go to war with them, siege them down, and then leave. And leave them sieged for like 3 or 4 years to cause huge devastation and province trauma across their whole empire. And just by doing that, you can create truly absurd levels of destruction. Basically, every time I did that, they'd lose the land in the Levant. They'd get rebels. because they couldn't hold on to it while their whole empire was falling apart around them because the Spanish troops were just so loot hungry. After the first couple of times, you really notice the impact it's having, because the amount of loot you get from looting them down like that is almost none. You barely get any, which shows just what crazy amounts of damage you're actually doing, because in case you're not aware, loot takes from this, if we can just load for a second, from this local wealth thing. And local wealth is generated based basically on all of the wealth being generated in the province. And so if you loot them down enough times and they're just not generating much local wealth, that's a good metric that they're basically just not making, they're not making any money from the provinces because they're so damaged. I also caused some ridiculous famines. Like one of my huge sieges of Turkey caused a pan-European famine. It spread from Scotland to Egypt. It was absurd. I don't think it spread from Scotland to Egypt. I think it went from Scotland to about here. But this whole area was devastated by famine. And the areas that I owned, interesting, which was basically just Iberia and Italy, had zero famine. Oh, the Livonian Catholic fanatics. Interesting. We will go and make sure they win against them. Where are the Livonian Order's troops? That's interesting. Alright, time for a claim. Great, choose I can return here. Give me that military access. I'll go deal with them. But yeah, it's really, really good fun to devastate your enemies through destruction through war and famines. It's very satisfying to cause that kind of damage on that kind of scale, and to see that you're kind of causing Saxony, that was a bad choice. To see that you're causing long-term economic damage, not just taking their provinces, is very satisfying. One of the great things about MEIOU&Taxes. Alright, there you go. You're welcome, Livonians. Put down that rebellion nice and easy. We could get a Diplo advisor. We are falling a little bit behind, and they're quite cheap. Sure, I should have done that earlier. I'm a fool. Improved relations advisor is going to be great for us in terms of getting our aggressive expansion down. I can't believe I didn't do that sooner. Idiotic of me. No matter. We've done it now. Who wants Condottieri? Bamberg and the Papal State, eh? Papal State's at war with Spain? Why? The Spanish Navarrese War of Spanish Unification. You're telling me Navarra is allied to the Pope? Interesting choice of ally, Pope man. I mean, France is right there. Might have been a better choice. Interesting. Navarra's not like the leader of the Curia. They can't be. They don't have any cardinals. That city's not big enough to have cardinals. Or it's extraordinarily unlikely anyway. Well, I mean, Rep Pope. Is this land currently controlled by Roman territories? No. I don't know how the Papal States events work. We could place the Papal States next. That could be fun. Anyway, I don't know how their events work. Urban industry rises in Danzig. Give me metalworks, please. Work towards that steel. But they always seem to take over the land from the Roman territories. Maybe they're just seizing it, but I don't think they are. I know that when someone who's not France wins the Curia election, then the capital can move back to Rome, rather than being in Avignon. Because obviously it's over in Avignon. Well, I guess it's not obvious, but just so you know. It's in Avignon because France wanted it to be there to exert greater control over the Curia. Because obviously, if it's over there, it's much more within their sphere of influence, and so it's easier for them to influence it. Let's get a claim on Stralsund, I guess. Almost finished these cores over here. Very close now. So it's going to be good. Nice. Up to 8k urban pop here. The extra gravity from the castle and the corporation guild will be contributing to that, no doubt. Up to 10 metalwork produced. Fantastic. And the important centre of production, no less. Fabulous. Do we have important over here? No, just a minor centre of production in Danzig. Okay. Still, though. That's pretty nice. The estate spread still carrying on. We don't really want it to spread anymore now, because now we've embraced it. You know, the slower it spreads to our rivals, the better. It is, of course, going to go to Danzig. Sorry, go to Prague from our art and cultural centre. Well, let's check. Is it from the art and culture centre, or is it trade? It is the Art and Culture Centre that's doing it, yeah. Poor government policies. That's fine. We've got some money. We can pay them off. Poland, eh? Yeah, war with Poland seems very appealing right now. Well, okay, I think... Oh, that's a nice set of claims we got there. We're not going to conquer all of that, I don't think. This southern bit. I know. Sorry, excuse me. I know it's historical, but I think we're going to stop here. So we're not going to actually get the claim, the cause out of this mission, but getting all those free claims is very valuable. All right, well, in the next episode, we will deliberate between Poland or Bohemia as our next target. But until then, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.